Gibbs, Catmaster wants to know, what is the bare minimum to create content, like equipment-wise?
You need an Elgato. You need a computer, whether it's a laptop, desktop. Then you need two things: inspiration and motivation. Inspiration is going to get you started, the hump to get you going, and then the motivation. That's what you got to dig from here every day. You dig from here every day. That's it.
All right, I would say Catmaster, I think you could get started with even just your Xbox or your PlayStation. It's more difficult. Like if you just had an Xbox and a PlayStation, you could find a way to capture content on there and post it, and maybe, you know, just use a web browser to get involved, capturing Mudhead on your web browser. You don't necessarily need a ton of equipment. I think a lot of people say, well, I don't have that microphone, I can't start yet. What's wrong with recording a video audio on your iPhone and sending it to iTunes? What's wrong with, you know, you don't need, you know, ideally the setup is an Elgato, a computer, some editing software, a Blue Yeti, or a Snowball, and that's the way to go. PC or Mac doesn't really matter at the end of the day. OBS or XSplit doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Those are only questions that slow you down from making the actual content you want to make.
They're important because like, oh, well, it's going to matter.
I'm going to sound better.
It's not going to.
And I will say, like when we started, I pointed a flip cam at a TV, or I pointed a laptop camera at a TV,
to stream.
and that was good enough.
Yeah.
And before I said, why doesn't really matter, I don't think that's quite good enough anymore, because the Xbox really should be your bare minimum. But nothing wrong with a Kinect and an Xbox.
Connect an Xbox.
And then
like
cut up your clips after. Like that's a way you can do it.
Get your lineup proper. I would say the bare minimum is probably your Xbox and the Kinect. That'll get you going because you can make content. You can live stream off of that.
Any other notes on streaming or making content, Gibbs?
Yeah. One note. Because I think that it is probably a misconception. I see it I would see it a lot, and like I didn't understand it until we've been doing this now for like a decade. But it's like you're gonna start creating content, and everything's gonna be great for the first 2 weeks, and the community's gonna be there, and they're gonna support you, and they're gonna always be there to support you. But you're gonna hit a lull, you know, a month in, 2 months in, and you're gonna go, man, I've been putting 30 hours a week into this thing, making videos, and I'm only at 500 subscribers on YouTube. Like 2 months, that's a long time, but you should, like, you go into the game, like the content creation game, and it's not going to happen in a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. Like, you're going into it because it's a long term, like, hey, I think becoming a content creator is going to add more value to my life and to the things I'm doing down the road, 5 years from now, 6 years from now. Like, creating content and doing it for 6 months, it's not really that long of a time. It's just factually not long. You're gonna do it for 6 months, and you're gonna look back and you're gonna think, I've been doing this for a long time. How come I don't have the results? How come I don't have the things I want? How come I don't have 500,000 YouTube subscribers? It just takes a very long time. So you gotta be committed to it. You gotta, like, don't anticipate that everything's gonna come to you within the first month, 2 months, 3 months. You gotta just stay on the game. You stay on the game. You don't stop the game.
And a lot of people say, I don't know what to make, I don't know what to start, I don't know what my thing is, how will I know? Well, when you're starting out, nobody cares what your thing is because you don't have a thing yet. So find one person that will watch your stuff, or find 3 people that will watch your stuff. Find people that have been there all the time and ask questions. Find your W. Muni who asks questions every week. Find, you know, I go back, I have literally a list of 1,000, I have 1,400 questions for This Week in Madden. I go back to the start of that, you know, this thing goes way back, and I see the same names asking each week, and those are the people I make the videos for. It's not the people that stop by one after the other. This is Steeltown asking the same questions. Hot Sticks, Big 41, Seagarell, who I've been missing.
He was here today.
Was he?
Here. Yeah, he was here
Rev Trev. You know, those are the people. Master Gamer. This is before Master Gamer was good asking those questions.
Right.
So that's what it takes.
Yeah, I would just say, like, I see that. I think it's a really important thing, is that you're gonna be like. That's where I brought up the inspiration motivation thing, right? Inspiration. What was that quote we saw a couple of years ago? It was like, Amateurs wait to
Amateurs,
be inspired. to
rely
start
on
working,
inspiration.
But professionals, they just show up, and they show up. They show up every day. And I think there's a lot of truth there, because if you get into the content game, you're going to be inspired, and you're going to feel this elation and positivity, and it's going to be great, and you're going to be motivated to do it. But then I promise you, there's going to be a time. I'm gonna settle in right around like the third week. You're going to start questioning it. That's when you need to dig within. Like, the motivation to show up every day comes within yourself, where the inspiration is going to come from like outside sources. You watch a video, you get inspired. You listen to a song, you get inspired. But the motivation on a daily basis, that's what needs to get you through every day. All right, let me play this game.
I find it hilarious that Master Gamer asked the question that many years ago.
Okay.
It was like 2015.
Master Gamer is our guy, man.
I know, but that's hilarious. That would have been Madden. That's a long time ago.
I hate your lineup so much.